So, for those of you unfamiliar with what I'm doing here, we do local recordings for our tournaments over in SoCal, just because some people can't stay that late, and you know, if someone's going to watch from the East Coast, they have to watch like 5 in the morning and stuff like that. So it actually kind of makes sense that we do these local recordings. We can make it kind of more of an event where we can all watch it together. You guys can add your points of view on comments and stuff like that, and then I'll upload the whole thing onto YouTube. So we'll get everything set up through there. Why did I put it where it's Tronzilla versus Tronzilla? That's not right. I'm trying to make sure we get more people into this game. We had a great time at EVO, and to help with that, but anytime anybody wants to get info on the Discord, you can type in !Discord, and there you go. So Wing, this will not ban you if you spam caps like I did last time. I may try to fix that. Go ahead and try it out. Hint, hint, wink, wink. But no, I mean, I was running the Guilty Gear tournament over at EVO. We had an amazing time, and I'm really looking forward to carrying this whole thing forward. So I want more people to get into this. Let's see what we can do here to get more people into this kind of thing. For those of you who are interested in how this will go up onto YouTube, here's my YouTube channel. You can set it up through there. We'll go ahead and get everything started there. Before I get started too, I don't expect anybody to do any sort of donations. I just kind of do this thing as whatever I can to help Guilty Gear. If you want to help by getting more streaming equipment, I'm not going to like encourage you or whatever to do it, but I do have a link of streaming equipment you can get me, kind of in the Amazon wishlist thing down there. Any bits are kind of fun, that kind of thing. You do get emotes if you subscribe. Right now I've got these 3 emotes. Robo laughs in there twice. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and get started on this one. This one was actually a tournament before we did EVO. I'm still compiling a ton of footage from when we did EVO. I have like 300 gigabytes or 400 gigabytes of data from the tournament. Just massive amount. I'll let you guys know I've been processing since the minute I got back, just editing and rendering and uploading and stuff like that. I've actually got about 8 hours uploaded onto YouTube already, but it's kind of in a big chunk. I'm splitting it up into different groups. Once that's ready, I'll kind of post it, and then I'm actually going to try and get you guys to help me out, because there's so much footage to sift through that maybe you can kind of put time codes in the comments, and then I'll update the description later on, so you guys can get some more footage from there from the casual section. So let's see here. Hey, you know what? If you want to get the $10 subscription, I will make that the Johnny coin. Anyway, so here we go. We got our first match is going to end up being Weatherbee and Tronzilla. This was actually 2 weeks before EVO. You see this going on. You know what? I didn't start the... There we go. So this was 2 weeks before EVO. It was the last Salty before we started. Salty is a tournament series that we do over in Game Realms in Burbank, and that is it's Guilty Gear +R, Skullgirls, and Vampire Savior over there. So that's what we're doing over there. So without further ado, let's get started on this. Let's see here. Hopefully the volume's not too loud. Oh yeah, it looks good. Okay, so Weatherbee is a this is really loud. There we go. I see what's going on. There we go. Weatherbee is a Skullgirls player at heart. Plays a lot of other stuff. He usually helps run our Skullgirls stuff. He's the ABBA player that's playing right now. Tronzilla has been improving a lot lately. He's our Justice player. I think he got 9th place at EVO this year, so he got really far in there. Yeah, 9th place. So, you see ABBA there going into Goku Maroha mode. That's her install. One of the few installs in the game that's worthwhile. That one, and, what else? Not much else. There's a couple, there's, 1 or 2 more that are still worthwhile. But anyway, ABBA, you see how she plays. She likes to switch around between this kind of more useless mode and this this far more powerful mode. The Maroha mode, which is her other one, is probably one of the best characters in the game if you just isolated that. But you take damage when you're dealing damage to your opponent, and you have to go back out of that mode in order to regain that health. There's a couple of ways of getting back out of that mode. So Abba's strengths, like I said, she's got the really powerful moveset when you're in Maroha mode. So you can just completely dominate your opponent within Maroha mode, but you have to go back and forth in order to do it. So if you like being able to play like the best character in the game for just a short period of time and then having to go back and forth in order to do that, Abba's a great character for that. In one word for what her strengths are, I would say Donzai. Donzai is a really powerful move. So first point here goes to Tronzilla. Donzai is when you see her like lift her key up and then back down. She has super armor during it, so it just hits a lot of people and they can't really get beyond it. So you'll see here, Abba uses a blood pack in order to get back into Maroha mode. And blood packs are a good way of transitioning between the two. We only get 3 of them. The other way of doing it is through a command throw. I believe it was something like the command throw gives you 110% of your health back afterwards. And using a blood pack gives you 80% of the health lost back. Something like that. If you go into Abba's super install, the Goku Maroha mode, that gives you the same amount back as if you used a blood pack. So that can be a good way of getting back too. Weatherbee himself really likes to go into that Goku Maroha mode. It's a great super on startup too, because you can use it as like an anti-air. It's got great invincibility, and you can use it to even combo in the middle of a combo, switching to Goku Maroha and continue. One thing you'll see with her is, you see that meter? Once that meter runs out, she's helpless right there. And then once she's helpless, she can get punished pretty heavily if you're looking for it ahead of time. So a good Abba knows to go back and forth very often, you know, way before it gets to that point. Because once you get knocked down, you lose a huge chunk of that meter. Abba has a really hard time getting past Justice, as you just saw there. So that means that Tronzilla got the points here 2-0. So let's go ahead and update the brackets on here. So Tronzilla 2-0. Let's see who we got now going on next. Okay, so our next match here is going to be Fifi versus Sledge. Fifi's are one of our top Robo-Ky players. He's been kind of not showing up as much as I'm sure as much as he would like. But, you know, life happens, and we all understand that. So Fifi and Akito are our main Robo-Ky players here. Sledge really only shows up to Salty, not as much B-sides. Just probably because of where he's at. And Sledge is our chip player. So you don't really see too much chip. He's been showing up a lot more lately, but he's been in the scene for years. Back in the FFA days. So Fifi's a pretty strong Robo-Ky for our scene. Beats me a lot, so I'm not gonna say he's bad at all, not even close, because he's way better than me. So you see Fifi here, he puts down the mat and he's applying pressure while he's standing on top of the mat, which is exactly how you want to approach it. Robo-Ky only gets meter in certain circumstances. Oh, nice air or burst grab. Wing, if you're catching that, look at that one there. Clip that or something. That was a good Roman cancel there from Sledge. If you're not familiar with Chip, he's a very tough match to fight against, because he's got, I think, 4 different teleports, and those teleports, you gotta know their positions, you gotta know what he's trying to go for. Good jump away from that command grab there. Oh, nice challenge against the 5D. But yeah, if you don't know him, he can be approaching from left, right, up, high, all this other kind of stuff. You gotta be really careful against Chip. Now, what you see right here is Chip used Find Me, which is his move where he just kind of like disappears back and forth and kind of glows. He can use it twice, and what that means is it actually staggers the way the glows work for how he's kind of like invisible. You see Sledge use that a little bit more often. I'm not sure how useful or practical those kind of moves are. But yeah, I think if he even blocks one move, he gets rid of the Find Me invisibility. First point here goes to Sledge. Okay, starting off with some good moves. My least favorite move, Robo-Ky's 5K. Of course, they were jerks and they picked Robo-Ky's theme song. So we have to listen to this terrible theme song. Nice 5... Oh! Oh! Wing! Where's Fifi been? How come he hasn't been coming over here grabbing all our bursts? He just did it twice in a row. Oh my god. So, you might have missed it because I was busy being distracted from a second burst grab from two games in a row. But Chip did that leaf command grab where he disappears and then teleports and command grabs you. In Accent Core, you used to be able to hit him out of that. In +R, you cannot hit him out of that. So that is a mistake you'll see people do. You saw Fifi actually try and hit him out of that and it didn't work. So something to keep in mind. Back in Accent Core, it used to be, oh, you see that? Gold burst him, and you get free gold burst. But you can't really do that anymore. Those missiles are so rough to deal with. By the way, I didn't mention this because I was kind of setting things up, but I appreciate the follow Euthanus. It really helps out. Man, those sound effects of all those explosions are crazy. It's like my mixer's just jumping all over the place with all these Guilty Gear sound effects. Oh, counter punch Dragon Punch, or counter hit Dragon Punch. There we go, good dodge on that, but he wasn't able to follow up. Fifi throws him in the corner, places a mat. Oh. Sledge did 2 Find Me's but got hit, so they went away. Man, the exhaust move. Exhaust is so rough for me. I hate dealing with that move. Gets hit by the command grab again. Fifi seems to have a hard time dealing with that command grab. There we go. And that's going to be it. Sledge takes it 2-0. Let's go ahead and update our brackets on here. So as you can see here, we've got Fifi and Sledge. Sledge ended up winning 2-0. And let's see who we've got going on next here. Alright, so up next, we're going to have Red Witch versus Diar. So Red Witch has been playing with a bunch of different characters lately. Back when I met her, she was trying out Biken, and then she moved over to, I think, maybe Jam. Tried Soul for a little bit. Is on to ABBA right now. Diar is a really, really good Vampire Savior player. He does really good in big major tournaments as well, like Combo Breaker and stuff like that too. He's got very strong Eno, very tough to deal with. ABBA is probably like I was saying with ABBA. ABBA switches back and forth between 2 different types. And normal mode ABBA is probably the worst character in the game. Well, not probably. She is the worst character in the game. But that's because you have to switch back and forth. And she switches back from like the worst to the best, and back to the worst. And you have to go back and forth. One thing you'll notice too is when ABBA deals damage here, she actually is taking damage herself as well. So she needs to switch back to the original mode in order to get that health back that she'd lost. If she can do that, then she'll get that health back. Man, Diar keeps preventing Red Witch from using a blood pack. Remember, Red Witch was going for a blood pack. She'd get hit with like a chemical love or something like that too. Just keep blocking it. Ooh, that's a rough move to get hit by. There's a famous video of ABBA against Dizzy, round start, just 6H on normal, and Dizzy air dashing into it and just instant dizzying and just getting instant killed. It's great. The ABBA's about to run out of meter. If she gets knocked down once, she'll be out of that Maroha meter. She needs to either use a blood pack or to do the command grab. But no, she's out. Now the damage that you deal yourself with the double-edged part of Maroha mode, that can't kill you, so it's not something you need to worry about. It's counter hit with a 6H, but didn't knock Eno back at all there. Red Witch trying to use normal mode just as a playstyle, probably because she was getting locked down from using blood packs so often. Might have gotten discouraging. Now, there you go. One trick you can do with ABBA's normal mode, because you want to get out of that mode, is you can hit them OTG with her command grab, because it's a strike and a throw. If you're close enough, it's a throw, but if it's further away, it's a strike. And so all you need to do is hit them with it. You don't need to care about the damage that it deals. So if you knock them down and they're in OTG state, you can still hit them with that throw. So you saw the health that the ABBA regained there at that point. Man. I just see them, they're both in air throw range, and it's just like, somebody press something. Oh, nice throw. So one thing I've seen Red Witch practice a bit more with her Eno is the unblockable setup. So Eno has, in Maroha mode, an unblockable move, but it takes a long time for it to come out. She like does this overhead kick, and it's actually unblockable. So if you're using Maroha mode, you can use her projectile, the force break projectile, and it actually stays on for a while they're blocking, and while they're blocking it, you can set up the unblockable. So I have seen Red Witch use that up a little bit more often. Good FRC. I'm not sure how useful it was. Red Witch wasn't doing anything, but sometimes just putting out the FRC can kind of miff your opponents, so they're always going to be starting to look for the FRC points now. Diar trying to keep some good distance. Oh, going for the setup there in the corner. Both of them at full meter at this point. Good block against the second hit of Donzai. Going for some mix-ups, some high to lows, and Red Witch still blocking those. Man, good job with those high-low mix-ups. Diar looks like he needs to work on doing a couple more highs. One thing that was hurting me a lot when I was fighting Hano was he would do a high, and then fall a little bit, and then do jump D, which does like a high strike again, and keeps you up floating in the air. Very hard to deal with and guess. And it looked like Red Witch kept blocking those mix-ups. But Diar took a second point here, so let's go ahead and update this bracket. Not 21, 20. So we look back at the brackets here, we'll have Diar and Red Witch. And Diar ended up winning this one 2-0. Okay, and let's see what we've got going on next here. Okay, so up now we have CFG, which is me, versus Diar. We'll see how this plays out. I actually have a fair amount of Eno experience, not just from Diar, but also from Slash Gordon, who has been very busy with work, hasn't been able to make much of our games yet. So, there's me using Orin way too much. That's the flip counter. If I use Orin so much, it becomes predictable and they block it. He's blocked Orin every time where it hasn't gone through. So I should stop doing that, but it's a habit of mine. There's me putting in the pressure, trying to get those counter hits. Nice air throw. Gonna combo in the corner. Use an FRC just to get a little bit extra damage, even though I know... Man, that was an attempt. That was an attempt at a burst throw, but it didn't go through. I wasn't quite able to put my position going. When you do a throw and you do the combo after the throw, the entire combo is 50% damage prorated. Just trying to keep him in the corner, going for some counter hit tech. Ooh. This gonna be it? Oh man! Oh, what was I thinking? Going so fast there. There we go. Nice counter hit there with Yoshijin. Yoshijin beats Chemical Love right away. It always goes underneath the lowest Chemical Love you can do, and also it goes into a counter hit into a full combo. Yoshijin's a pretty great move against Ino, because Ino's in the air a lot. You just gotta be really careful with Baiken's Yoshijin. If you haven't practiced it and know its distance and when you can get hit with it, it's a very risky move to do if you don't know how it works. Nice. So that combo, I had to compensate a lot for the distance. You saw me kind of move forward a little bit in the middle of the combo there. Going for those combos, and won't let him escape with an air throw. So, Baiken's seals... Baiken's seals are, she's got the blue one, which prevents them from jumping and running for 12 seconds. She's got the yellow one, which makes it so that any move that you do that they get hit by is a counter hit. So you can have multiple counter hits in a row. And that lasts for 8 seconds. And you've got the green one, which makes it so that the next hit that the opponent gets landed with is unblockable. And that lasts for 4 seconds. All of them have a follow-up as well, which doesn't... The Baku cost meter and then the seal right there costs meter, so that's 50%. The follow-up after the seal locks a button, and that does not cost meter. So so you get to choose a button and you can lock that button down. Typically, in my opinion, all things being normal, like they're not about to die or something like that, the blue seal, the one that lasts for 12 seconds where they can't dash or jump, is the best one because it locks down the button for the longest amount of time. But if you're going for a kill, then you're going to want to use either the yellow seal or the green seal. And Diar took the first point here. There we go, and get a nice combo in the corner there into a reset. Okay, Diar does a dead angle, or to get some distance, get out of the corner. Not a counter hit there. So one problem Baiken has is, obviously Baiken likes to block a lot because that's how she gets all of her guard cancels. And Ino here loves when players block because she can easily break through all of that with her dash setup. So I was going for a different combo string there where I did the FRC and the tatami mat, but I think I was placed a little too far away for it to work there. I'm just trying to play a lot of footsies, just trying to poke out things, see how close he gets, without actually putting myself, and I am trying not to overextend. Nice attack on low. Now, Baiken's Terminator run makes it so that I'm in guard state in the middle of it. I'm in mid guard state, so I can block high and mid, but I'll get hit by lows. And it has 5 frames of recovery after it's all done, so I still can't attack and I can get hit afterwards. That's me going for an air throw, but I just was not close enough. I knew I wasn't going to be close enough. Nice. And 1 point goes to me. Yeah, any questions about Baiken, let me know. I love talking about Baiken. We're switching to my favorite stage here. What's he gonna do this round start? Just go for a poke. He's done that before. Jumping in the air like I did is a pretty risky move. Oh, it was a little higher than I was wanting. If I did a super jump, I would have grabbed him in the air. Jumping in the air on round start is pretty risky because you don't have any meter, which means you can't faultless defense in the air. I could have done better than this combo here. There we go. Last round here for me. Now, Sakura, which is Baiken's slash counter, the one where she just goes back and stabs that way, is actually a really good anti-air move, because if you hit an air opponent, it wall sticks them. So it's actually pretty good for doing combos and stuff like that, and people who would get hit, because they're a little bit lower than where Sakura would be. I didn't have meter to finish that combo there. Now, Baiken has really low defense, so even if I'm at, like, tied health with them, that does not mean I'm at tied health with them. I knew he was gonna... I could see it coming a mile away. I think I thought I was gonna recover beforehand, but I wouldn't have recovered beforehand because Tatami Mat in the air has recovery, so I don't know what I was thinking there. Good throw tech. I love to throw tech in this game. Throws are very first frame that you press the button. So we call it a 0 frame. And you have 1 frame to tech. So you essentially have the frame of and the frame after to tech in this for throws. Nice Sakura there. Yeah, see? I learned. Ah, nice block on that burst. What a good match. What a good match. See? I'm learning. He did it once on me, and so I kind of figure he's going to do it again. Good. That's exactly how it should work. So, before we get to the next match here, let's go back to the brackets. So that was Diar versus CFG. And Diar got 1, CFG got 2. Let's go ahead and update this here, put Midiman's by through here, so Midiman ends up winning. And let's see who we're going to have up next on here. Okay, so there was an issue with the recording, it looks like. I saw the video, and it's all a black screen. We have the audio, but for some reason the video didn't record. Could have been a short. There's been some weird shorts going on at the table that we've been playing games on. So it could be related to that, but we'll see. In any case, it was the Mike Z versus Midi match. The results ended up being 2 Mike Z to 0 Midiman. So I'm just going to update that right here. And our very next match is going to end up being Fifi versus Diar. So make sure Fifi gets through this bye here. And so we're going to have Fifi versus Diar as our next match. So let's transition this here. Started. Yeah, you know, I've been wanting to work more on Mori combos, so I see where you're getting there with that Mori comment there. So definitely, yeah, I'm always looking for ways to improve. If you stop improving, then you stop winning. That's how I see it. So we got this match here. It's Fifi versus Diar. Diar going in for an overhead with his throw. Very Vampire Savior-y thing to do. Not letting Fifi escape. And the results have switched. Both of them have a lot of meter to do stuff with, but they haven't really hit each other to do much of anything. Fifi using exhaustion, getting rid of his heat. Oh, just barely hit. I wasn't sure that would hit. Very devious Dragon Punch. That move, it's one of those where it will only do the super if it connects. And if not, it's just a whiffed Dragon Punch. So you're not going to waste any meter. Ooh, dizzied here. Going into the command grab, into the super. That's going to be death. Actually, Quash, if you want, I'll talk to you about that later. We do have plans on doing more tournaments and stuff like that. We'll see exactly which ones are going to lead out to where, and what we're going to do for all of that. But I'll connect with you on that in a bit, because I'll talk to the whole Guilty Gear Discord about it. So we have Robo-Ky here is keeping his distance, trying to gain some more meter so he can work with things. Doing his typical laugh.
Here comes Daredevil!
Hey, thanks for the follow. Super Mega Buster 64. Really appreciate it. So, Fifi gets a point here. So, Robo-Ky's meter looks like it's just in chunks of 10, where it's like 10 out of 10, but it's actually just as much as everybody else's. So it does have percentages, but it only shows you the rounded up part, even though it does have parts in the middle. So when he does his normal moves, they actually use meter for the more powerful versions, but he can also get his meter back, not just the normal way, but also by putting the mats down, or by grabbing an opponent and taking their meter from them. FRCs still take 25% meter. FRCs still take 25% meter, even though it doesn't look like he has 25%. It is 2.5 blocks, essentially. You can tell on his meter whether he has 25% or if it's 20%, based on if it's red or if it's green. So you can tell from that. So it is, you know, amounts like that. His meter works like everybody else. The heat part of it is the most interesting thing about him, I would say. As he does more moves, he builds up heat, and he needs to get rid of that heat by doing his exhaustion cloud. However, while his heat goes up, it does more and more damage, and his moves become more and more powerful. Once he's on 100% heat, he'll explode and he'll take damage. He can't kill himself with his own explosion, though. So the best spot to be is in that 80% mark, which is where you'll see like the rev lines at the end. If he's in there, that's when he's doing most of his most powerful moves. So Fifi took a point right there. Getting some good work on here. Yeah, Robo-Ky's buttons are so strong. He's got that 5K, that smoke cloud, the 2H right there, which is the knee missile. You can see right there, Robo-Ky's flashing. That means he's in the 80% mark. When he's flashing, his exhaustion cloud does more damage. You can see it has like fire in it. Some of his other moves like cause explosions. His knee missile comes back down. And stuff like that too. Good throw. I don't know if he was watching my match or not, but he ran up and blocked against Diar because he was assuming Diar was going to do a super on wake up. Diar didn't, and then Fifi still punished. So that's the second point there for Fifi. Fifi takes the match. 2-0. Let's go ahead and update these brackets here. Okay, and let's see who we've got next. Give me a moment, guys. Okay, so up next we've got CFG versus Sledge. Again, Sledge is our resident chip player. And CFG is our resident Biken player and resident me. So this is a match between two of the lowest defense characters in the game. The two worst are definitely Chip and Melia. Chip has worse defense, but Melia has maybe a little bit better or worse guts. So they're kind of even as far as health's concerned. Biken is number 3 when it comes to defense, but also she has really good guts. And Cliff's number 4. And those teleports are getting me. I was trying to go for 2H anti-air to see if that would work against Chip. I don't have that much Chip experience, but it didn't end up working. That worked. Nice air block on that. It couldn't combo off that because I was just confused about what was going on. One tiny hit and I win. Oh! Scrambles there at the end. And CFG's so handsome too. Man, I swear that guy. Yeah, Chip's a very tough match to deal with. But you gotta get that experience. I mean, the way it works in this game, if there's a character you don't have experience with, you're gonna lose against them. You know, get that experience in. If you have to start learning alt characters, and your opponents have to start learning, or like your scene has to start learning alts, do it because it's so helpful. There we go. Baiken takes the first point. It's so weird commentating for yourself, you know? Like, if you're doing a stream, you can't commentate for yourself as you're playing, right? That doesn't make sense. One thing I do a lot when I'm commentating on here and I'm watching myself, I kind of lock up because I'm just watching, trying to learn about what I'm doing. It's like, oh, okay, I messed up here. Okay, I did that, you know? Like, I'm talking about the intricacies of some sort of combo, and it's like, people don't care about that. Okay, I'm a little bit wary here, but I think because he can do his Dragon Punch and he's got meter to follow up with something. I'm being a little risky. Does a guard cancel to get out? Still has 50% meter though. He has that super where he can kind of just go across the screen. So I'm kind of weary about that and not letting myself be too open for that. There we go. I tagged a backdash. Exactly what I'd want to do for that. See, I called it, and I tried to land and attack him, but he ended up doing a Dragon Punch during his recovery anyway. Nice block on the mix-up on the overhead there. That's gonna... Ooh, not quite! What he doesn't know is that I'm a master when it comes to mashing out. Master masher. Nice, Sakura. Can I seal the deal here? That was not a counter hit. Ugh. Wasn't able to continue that though. I'm pretty good, I think, when it comes to blocking crossover moves, but I'm not good at blocking when it comes to high-low mix-ups. See, he keeps blocking low. I haven't used Tiger Neo Zansen on him at all. It might be just that I'm assuming it won't work, and I'm worried about like any sort of gaps or obviousness in it, so I haven't really been using Tiger Neo Zansen. Nice catch for that Alpha Blade. Just one tap and Chip's dead. Nice, nice Baku. And it's gonna be 2-0 for CFG. Man, what a great guy. What a great guy. So let's go back to the brackets here. I win 2-0 against Sledge. And let's see who our next match is gonna be here. Oh, let me... Alright, so up next we're going to have Tronzilla versus Mike Z. Justice is not a good matchup for Potemkin. Because, you know, you'd think, okay, maybe he can... Oh, no, actually, no, he can slide head. I forgot about that. Slide head's really good against Justice. Slide head's the move that Potemkin does where he just slams his body down on the ground. And it's unblockable on the ground. So if you're in the middle of doing your bombs, you just slide head and knock Justice over and the bombs go away. I didn't even think about that. So it's actually not as bad for Potemkin as you might think. I say as Tronzilla beats Mike Z. Yeah, good point there for the super as you're talking about in chat there, Kraken. That is something I actually do. There's one combo I have where, like, if I know it's gonna kill, and it's like the last round of the match, I'll end the combo in a super instead of continuing the combo where it might have done more damage, because I know they can't burst out of that. So you might see me do that kind of thing every now and then. Okay, Tronzilla applying the pressure. Following a bomb there. You know, you can't be too careful. You can't play the bomb game as Justice because of that slide head like I was talking about. Potemkin just needs one tiny hit. Can he do it? Oh, man. Lost it right at the end there. 1 point there goes for Potemkin. Tiger Knee, a Michael Sword. Now, the Air Michael Sword actually does 2 hits instead of the 1. So it is something worthwhile there. However, you do have recovery when you land after Michael Sword. However, if you do something on your way down, then you won't get that recovery. So you'll see a lot of Justices, they'll do the Tiger Knee Michael Sword. As they're falling, they'll press a button, and then they won't have recovery once they've fallen. Potemkin's guard bar is flashing. Not anymore, but get some good combos on there. Nice. I don't see how Mike's can get out of this one. 1 point there for Tronzilla. Going for the crossover. Didn't quite work out as well. Now, interesting thing about Justice's backdash is, like Potemkin, it's a very strong backdash. It's got a lot of frames of backdash with only one active frame at the end. So it's a very good mechanic of getting out from an opponent. Another person's backdash that's really damn good, almost for different reasons, is Zappa. Zappa's backdash is super fast and doesn't really cause negative tension easily, negative pulse. So Zappa's a really good, strong backdash for that. Oh, couldn't quite do a superior trance there because that slide head. Good backdash. First point here goes to Justice. Now, if you're thinking that Justice is just a zoner and doesn't really have any good use close, you want to kind of run away, then you're not really thinking of Justice right. Justice has very, very strong normals that are up close. Like you'll see those, and then they specifically knock back so you can do more bomb setups. Now, Justice does have terrible mobility, which is compensated by having a force break that lets her go across the screen. But overall, though Justice may seem like a zoner and is a zoner, she does still have strong tools up close, unlike what a lot of zoners would have. Oh, thanks, Serious Face. Yeah, I knew Justice's backdash was longer. Yeah, Zappa's backdash is very quick, only has 1 frame of invul. So what you see going on right now here where they're pausing was probably because of the static thing that's been going on the table that night, where certain monitors would get unplugged when somebody would plug in another like a joystick across the table. The monitor would just turn off. So that's probably what just happened there. That's not a DQable offense. They wanted to go ahead and continue that, and there they go. So Potemkin gets a point there. It's now 1-1. Good combo there. Now the weird thing about that combo, because I see it a lot, is the Michael Sword ends up bringing them back down at Justice's feet, which is not a good position for Justice. It's good damage, and I see that combo used like that, but it's not a good position for Justice to be. Again, close isn't too bad because you have a lot of dirty mix-up stuff you could do at the start of them waking up. Ooh, nice. So for example, you could do a counter on your wake up, you could do strike back tail, you could jump and do, what's that, jump H for justice. That's a really good cross-up tool. Now Potemkin's Hammerfall, the move where he's going forward like that, is it has super armor, so it can absorb one hit. And that's usually how you're going to beat people. Good block on that cross-up there. He's got Potemkin locked in the corner pretty hard here. Not a good spot. They switch sides, but Justice has an easier time escaping than Potemkin would. Didn't quite get the second hit on his Michael sword there. Or his forward H. Good gold burst. Justice just needs this round. That's gonna be it. So 2 for Tronzilla, 1 for Mike Z. Let's go ahead and update the bracket information here. So we go back to our brackets. That was Tronzilla getting 2 and Mike Z getting 1. And for those of you keeping track at home, we are in top 8. I think at this time I was kind of waiting for Red Witch, because Red Witch was busy with another tournament set. So we may have to go back here and do that match. We'll see where we're going to go here in a moment. So let me go ahead and set everything up here. Okay, and our next match is going to be Weatherbee versus Red Witch. And I don't immediately know who's who. It's going to be based off of their colors. So Red Witch is on the left, I believe. I'm just double checking before I switch. That's based on their gameplay. Okay, pretty sure Red Witch is on the right actually. So I think this is set correctly. Weatherbee usually uses the green key. Yeah, that's definitely Weatherbee. Weatherbee likes to do his combos into Goku Moroha. You'll notice that the Goku Moroha meter, which is turned blue, actually refilled all the way. So that's a really good way if you're going to run on a meter, you can use that super and you're going to get your meter back. It's important for him to switch back to normal mode though, so he can get the damage that he just dealt back. Alright, so Weatherbee getting into... Weatherbee's green, right? So green's the right side. No, green won. So they just switched sides now. So confusing when you got mirror matches here going on. So the names are correct. So Weatherbee doing some cool combo stuff. Not quite going through all the way. Got a counter hit. Doing some good damage. Comboing into Goku Moroha and continuing combo. But drops it. Goku Moroha mode is very, very, very powerful. Just keeps going for those overheads. And Weatherbee gets 1 point here. Round start 6H. Typical ABBA move. So one kind of almost a meme point for ABBA is knocking her down when she's in Moroha mode, so that when she wakes up she'll be vulnerable, and then doing an instant kill when she's vulnerable. So it's kind of like, okay, just do knockdowns, don't even go for damage, and then if you can get her to be vulnerable and you go into instant kill mode before she even starts to wake up, you can just instant kill her. So that's kind of something you see often enough with ABBA, where it's actually something you'll see in tournaments and stuff like that. But if you watch EVO 2017, Skeletal Minion, who actually took Grand Finals as ABBA, was doing the exact opposite throughout the whole tournament. Was constantly doing heavy stun damage to opponents. and then getting that stun damage to them, and then making them dizzied and instant killing them. So it was really crazy seeing that kind of flop on its head. Weatherbee almost dead here. Really needs to use a blood pack or else he's just gonna die right now. He's got 1 hit point. Use a blood pack, Weatherbee. You gotta get out of that mode. You know, you can't be in it for long. If you do too much damage, even, you gotta get out of it so you can regain your health. Let alone just like, okay, your time's gonna run out, you know? You gotta watch the health. Good cross up there. That was I would have not been able to guess that direction. But don't forget, Weatherbee needs to go out. He's probably going to try and do a super pretty soon to go to Goku Muroha. That's a pretty Weatherbee thing to do. There you go. And he got his health back, and he also got into Goku Muroha mode. Again, he's going to need to leave it within time. Gotta get out. He can die at any point. There he goes. Now look at all that health he got back. You know, that's so risky not going for that health. You gotta watch 2 meters. You can't just watch Abba's timer. You have to watch your health too. Because if you just start dominating your opponent when you're in Muroha mode and you haven't switched back, you've lost all that health also until you switch back. It's so important to go back. Now both 1-1 here. There we go. Good combo into Goku Muroha. Continues the combo. Nice. Very nice. Very cool setup there. And keeping the other Abba in the corner. She does go into Muroha mode. Weatherbee's halfway through with his meter. For his timer. And ends up finishing it off. Good job, Weatherbee. That was 2-0. Great, let's update these brackets and see where we're going to next. Okay, so to no one's surprise, our next match is going to end up being Midiman versus Weatherbee. Weatherbee did switch sides. We got Midiman versus Weatherbee. And you know what? I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, starting off round 6H. A great start for Abba. Locked down in the corner there. Goes for a tick throw. Good setup on the empty throw. Abba wakes up, taking hits, and in normal mode. Not in a good position to be in. Mady gets a nice throw. There's a star counter, going for some cross-ups, but still placed a little bit too high for Abba to have to block. Hits Abba before Abba can use a blood pack, and goes for a greed sever overhead. And Abba's going to start this round a little bit, doing some good damage against Kai, going into Goku Muroha mode. Okay, Abba has to switch out to gain that health. Because one tiny hit and you're dead. Gotta switch out. Round start throw. Right into Goku, or into regular Muroha. Don's high, but doesn't get the follow-up. Midiman doesn't fall for it. Good cross up there over the top. Gotta switch out. Going to Goku Muroha. You do get some health back, so you saw that right there. There we go. Oh. Weatherbee ends up taking that round there. Oh, it goes right underneath the Greed Sever. So it crosses up and goes into an overhead. Nice command grab. Throws in the wrong direction. Should have thrown him towards the corner. I was doing some good mix-up stuff here in the corner. He's not getting knocked down. Good old Donzai. Donzai keeps working. Oh, that's gonna be a knockdown. It's gonna hurt. Oh, so that's gonna be it right there. Nope. Woke up. Used a blood pack to get out. Good job. Regained a lot of health from that. Weatherbee now has full meter. Can he use it? Ends up losing that round right there. So first point here goes to Midiman. Yeah, you know, Midi has been practicing a lot lately. I could tell he's been doing really well. Trying to fix something on here real quick. There we go. And not all the chat box was on there, so sorry about that. So we're hearing Kai is already almost dead. Weatherbee is in Goku Muroha mode, but his health's also low. Not quite gonna kill. Oh, but he wakes up. That's right. Oh, Weatherbee. You can't stay in Muroha mode the whole round because you're just gonna take that damage that you're dealing to yourself. Got just a tiny bit of meter left. He has to get out of that mode. No, he's gonna wake up with that. He's gonna just break out. There you go. And you lose all that health when that happens, when you're forced out like that. Oh, got hit with his with Kai's Dragon Punch. Kai's Dragon Punch is pretty bad. Oh, nice slash back, but it was going for a burst. Probably just messed up the input on the burst. Gonna run out of meter here. By the way, you gotta look at that meter. Oh, there you go, just in time. Weatherbee going for Midiman going for a slash back there, but it didn't quite turn out. Good combo at the end there from Weatherbee, winning with just one hit point left. Okay, going that 5H really good for multiple hits. Just trying to stall for time and get that meter out, seems like. Going for another slash back, I saw that. You know, you won't get them if you don't go for them, right? Oh, this is going to be it. He's going to wake up into being vulnerable. Blocks the strike part of that throw. Going for a slash back again. Minnie's just fishing for him. See, there he goes. You know, like I said, you won't get him if you don't try for him. I'm glad to see he's going for it. Look at those. Yeah, I think that's what he's doing right now. He's just trying to just go for slashbacks while he's playing them. Ends up getting a win because Weatherbee falls on top of a projectile. Let's go ahead and update these, and then I'll check the chat because you guys have been talking a lot here. So on our brackets, that was Weatherbee versus Midiman. Midiman ends up winning 2-0. And let's see who we've got going on next here. Alright, so next up is going to be Mike Z versus Fifi. Before I continue, let me go ahead and check the chat here. Look at this a little bit here. So, talking about Guilty Gear 1, huh? Starting with Standing Heavy, Preston Stun Edge FRC, plus our heads didn't like Xrd, we'll try Guilty Gear 2020. You know, I haven't heard the newer mission statement that Yomi Goldburst might be talking about, but I did hear an interview from Ishiwatari back in the day about how, after Rev 2 came out, about how he was kind of disappointed that he thought that the game wasn't accessible enough for people, and he would like to kind of simplify the game for people. Not really for that. I do like my fighting games a little bit more complicated, just because it gives me something to work on and gear towards. You know, like I want something to learn. I want something to have to practice. Samurai Showdown is fun and all, but once you've learned everything in the game, what do you do? What do you lab? You know, and that's kind of I like having the lab, and I like having everything else. And when you have so many different options, and some of them are based on skill, right? So like I'm 80% sure I could do this. I'm 60% sure I could do this, but this one's a better option. Which one do I go for? You know, I like having that kind of thing where I have to make those split-second decisions. And so I like having my fighting games a little bit more complicated. I will definitely try Plus R. Oh, sorry, try Guilty Gear 2020. Let's see here. My hope is that by simplifying, they mean removing the redundant things like variable wake-up timing and danger time and shit, and not dumbing down inputs and things of the like. You know, Plus R actually has variable wake-up timing. It also has gravity. I know a lot of extra players have complained about that too for Plus R, where different characters fall at different rates. I'm okay with those. They're kind of unique things you have to kind of worry about. Like there's different throw spacing, there's different all sorts of other kind of stuff like that. I'm okay with that. You know, I read the interview, and he said he didn't like that. He didn't say that's what they were doing, but he was saying he was hoping that maybe they'd go in that kind of direction. Again, it doesn't mean that that's what they said they were going to do. Let me check that tweet out. We can talk about it. So let me put this up here, see if you can see this. So it says here, "Hi everyone, this is Daisuke Ishwatari, the General Director of the Guilty Gear series. I hope you have enjoyed the reveal trailer of our latest title. There isn't much I can divulge at this time, but I'd just like to mention that this newest title is being developed with one goal in mind: to create a game that both new and existing players alike would want to get their hands on." So stop right there. Regarding that, that's kind of just what they always say, like, oh, Street Fighter V, we want to bridge our old players and get all the stuff that they'd like, but also bring in new players. So for me, that kind of doesn't really mean anything. But I mean, maybe Arc System Works is better about it than Capcom would be. So we'll see how it goes out. Again, we got to look at the demos first for this game before we really get into any sort of conclusions. So he says, "The core concept this time is unlike those of the past titles. It is neither evolution nor returning to the roots, nor is it an addition or subtraction of elements to the existing title. What we're pursuing is a brand new experience of Guilty Gear. To achieve that goal, we've disassembled the current franchise into fragments and sifted out the pieces that make it unique and charismatic, using those pieces to have a complete reconstruction of the franchise." So stop. I think that's a good idea. You know, a lot when Xrd came out, there had been a long gap of the franchise where you didn't have anything up until Xrd, and Plus R actually came out like just around the time of Xrd, so we actually hadn't had a new Guilty Gear for like 6 years because Accent Core came out in 2006. So we had, or maybe 2005 in arcade. So we hadn't really had anything for 6 years and heard anything. We thought they lost the franchise, to be honest. So when Xrd was coming out, a lot of it was trying to duplicate what they'd had from Accent Core. And to an extent, that's what you want for nostalgic purposes and also to get people back into the game. But when you've already got the franchise who's already looking, and we've only had, 2 years since the last Guilty Gear, it makes sense to try new things. And I like them trying new things and just kind of rebuilding everything from the ground up. I like that. So we'll see how that turns out, though. We'll see how that turns out. What we're undertaking is a full frontal confrontation with the essence of the fighting game genre, a tremendous challenge for Guilty Gear. It is a high-risk move on our part, definitely a high-risk move. However, we have an accumulation of the plentiful resources and experience, a clear vision of our ideals, and the excitement towards a future of a new possibility. Although we do not know what this path awaits us ahead, we, as the development team, look forward to the future of this never-ending pursuit. In the process of this journey, we hope that we will be able to share the excitement and joy we've encountered with all of you. Game is a bridge that connects people. Some may comment that this statement is an exaggeration, but I firmly believe in it as I continue to develop games. Please do look forward to further updates. So again, I find that to just be just words. I mean, when they were talking about Street Fighter 4 with Ono, he was saying he wanted it to be a game that a kid could play with his grandfather and they'd understand it, but also masters could play it at, a tournament and stuff like that. And that's, I don't know what to think about that, really. Is it simple enough? Is it hard enough? I think that I want there to be enough dimension in the fighting game. The way Guilty Gear +R does it is that there's enough where if you learn the basics, it's a fun game. And by basics, I really just mean two things. How Gatlings work, like a general overview of Gatlings. So, you can combo this button to this button. And also faultless defense. If you know those two things, you can have fun in Guilty Gear +R. But also, there's so much depth to continue on as you're continuing to progress. Nobody is a master of their character in this game, even in Japan. So let's see here. Going back to chat here. Guy Dudesworth says, I like different throw spacing and weights for variable combos, but the wake up timing thing is kind of excessive in my opinion. I can see where you're coming from with that. You want to be able to, I think you would probably be okay with them making an exception. For like Robo-Ky has a command delayed wake up, right? So that's actually something you have to input. So I understand that. If you're Johnny Gus, sure you are, Wing. Even Keisuke has things to learn about Testament, I would say. We all do. And that's what I love about Guilty Gear. You never stop learning in this game. In Samurai Showdown, you already stopped learning, right? So you can stop learning it, but Samurai Showdown's a very different type of game. I'll give it a pass because that's exactly what they're going for. It's kind of I love seeing that purity that Samurai Showdown has. Let's see here. So 308 Caliber says, if they simplify the game, they should still give characters a lot of options. Like those bike and seals you were talking about sound awesome and unique, but they aren't anywhere to be seen in Xrd. Yeah, I don't play Baiken too much in Xrd, so I don't know really much of what to say for her. I know she doesn't have guard cancels. She's got other things. And that's fine. I'm fine with them changing characters like how they did with that. As long as what they give her isn't something that's trash, which is what I kind of hear she has. Guy Dudesworth says, yeah, I enjoy the intricacies of finding option selects with the input buffering, so I hope that aspect stays. Yomi Goldberg says, the interesting part is that it's not going to be bound by the conventions of the series, or so we're led to believe. I do like that. I like that. When you're bringing in a game, like I said, that has had no updates for 6 years, you kind of want to bring in like what people know. But once it's this developed franchise where, like I said, just only been 2 years since the last game, I'm fine with them building everything back from the ground up, as long as they make the overall theme still Guilty Gear. When I think of Guilty Gear, I think of fast action, heavy attacks, like just powerful stuff going on. And so as long as you've got that, like soul punching with flames and lots of sound, and also the game is fast paced, that's what I think it needs. And Rev 2 had that weight where, bam, you could feel the hits and you could tell those hits were going off, and I really like that. But for me, Rev 2 was lacking a lot of the speed. And that could just be it had the exact same speed, but it was at 16:9 ratio instead of 4:3. Because when you run across the screen 4:3, it feels a lot faster than when you run across the screen at 16:9, even if you're running at the same speed. So I don't know. The thing that got me the most, I didn't go too much into Rev 2, was the lack of speed. There might be stuff in there like getting rid of YRCs and PRCs and danger time and whatever that focus attack mechanic was, but burst shield or what, blitz shield. Maybe they're going to get rid of all of that, and they probably will. And they probably will get rid of certain plus R mechanics as well, right? So they're not going to bring in slashbacks. Maybe they'll get rid of the guard meter. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. That, you know, Kraken, I was around at the time when plus R came out, and they'd made the announcement for Xrd, which was one of the most amazing things that we'd seen, because it's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, there's a new Guilty Gear, oh my god. And then you see the camera pan around them, and what you've been watching is actually 3D. Our heads exploded, right? So we were just crazy excited for this new Xrd, and then plus R came out before Xrd did, even though the trailer had come out. So yeah, okay, we're gonna play plus R, but a lot of people were just like, whatever, we're waiting for Xrd. Especially because plus R took so long to come out on console. And it came out on Xbox 360 and Vita before it came out on PS3. And I think when it came out on PS3, it was like 6 months away from Xrd, so the whole scene just kind of dropped and flopped out. I remember DQRF, who's a Soul player out here, he was trying Soul and Xrd, and he actually decided to quit playing Soul and plus R because it was messing him up in Xrd. So he's playing Zappa out here. Now it's reversed. He plays Soul for plus R. So good for him. But that's just what I was thinking. So let's get back to these matches here. We've got, again, Mike Z versus Fifi. Fifi doing good. Fifi fights Mike Z a lot at Salty. They end up getting to grand finals quite often. So Fifi trying to play the game of keeping projectiles, keeping Potemkin away. I see that Mike Z is not doing a lot of his throw setups like I usually see him do. Probably because Fifi's pretty familiar with them. Mike Z has not attempted a single pot buster yet this whole round. Or maybe he was buffering it, but he didn't find a way for him to implement it. There's the pot buster. And that's death, man. Pot buster is so much damage. It's interesting how because you have moves that just deal one huge chunk of damage with one hit, it actually kind of plays with guts a little bit. So there are points where if the opponent had less health, they actually wouldn't be killed by a pot buster than if they had more health. Perfect. What can I say? So Mike Z gets 1 point here. No, it's neither green tea nor Mountain Dew. This is Ecto Cooler. Goes into Potemkin Buster in the corner. Man, look at this. So dirty. He's able to get out of the corner there. Jumps from the slide head. Oh, man. Death. Death. So fast. You know, and a lot of times when you're playing an opponent, it takes you time to learn what they've done. Even if it takes you one attempt of getting hit for you to learn, you know, that's pretty good. You know, you've learned pretty quickly about how they play. But when you're doing that against Potemkin, literally 3 mistakes and you're dead. And they're the simple mistakes, you know. Everything leads to a potbuster amount of damage. But like against a Robo-Ky, maybe he'll hit you for like 2 hits because this beats you on that thing. It's not a combo. It's just he just ticks you out of something, you know. But you mess up jumping and you see, oh, this is the setup he does for a potbuster, and you've lost. Mike Z just won 2-0 right there, that fast. So, there we go. Let's go ahead and update the brackets on here. So Mike Z wins against Fifi 2-0. Let's see who we're going to have next on here. Okay, so our next match here is going to be Midiman versus Sledge. Choosing the right song here. Pride and Glory. There we go. Mini starting by trying to throw a star, which is a good option against Chip, because if you just put a star out there, Chip's gonna lock down for a few of his teleports. He was able to block high, but I don't know what he did. Maybe he went for a slash back. I didn't quite see what he was doing. He might have done blocking mid and switched down to low. Gets hit by the unblockable. Oh wow, he managed to block that in the corner. I thought for sure Kai was flush there. A good job there for the block, but he still lost the round. Sledge takes a first round there. Goes into a 2D round start. So you'll notice that that follow-up, that overhead, did not actually continue a combo. So if you're being comboed by that and he can follow up into that overhead, block high, because at any point he could just go into that and it's not going to combo. You're just going to beat him. Or be ready to, you know, attack high or something. Ooh, that's going to kill. That's something you want to watch out for when Chip has full or 50% meter, because he can just from full screen do that move. First point here goes to Sledge. Sledge's, these names are all wrong. Sledge versus Midiman. And that first point went to Sledge. Kai trying to put the lockdown on Sledge. So we're getting another round here. Oh, Vapor, or, there we go. So he's keeping Sledge in the lockdown in the corner there. It's not too possible against Chip, because Chip can teleport. I mean, teleport has a startup, but he's such a fast character that you can just get out of a lot of stuff. I always say that, like, fighting a Chip or fighting Amelia kind of expands your mind and gets you better at, like, all the other matchups too, because you start thinking way faster than just because you have to. So I love those matchups. There we go. Sledge takes the second round there. Take a look at the bracket. Sledge ends up winning 2-0. Okay, so let me catch up on chat here before we get to the next match. These are our top 4. So as you can see on here, we'll go ahead and look at this bracket a little bit. It's off to the side. So we got top 4. Tronzilla and I are in the winners finals. Mike Z and Sledge are in the losers finals. So we'll get this set up here in a moment. Sledge versus Blitz, that'd be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Alright, let's go back through here. AC pot. Yeah, so regarding YRC versus FRC, Guy Dudesworth, I mean, you're saying that FRC is a better input, and I agree with you there. The issue with FRC is with YRC you can do a Roman cancel on whiff for anything, pretty much anything, and when you have that and you have a far wider window, then you know you can't punish practically anything when they've got enough meter to YRC. With FRC, it's usually a very, very, very specific window, like 2 to 4 frames, that they can only Roman cancel on whiff. So if it's those times, you can't whiff punish them. And that messes up people. Like if I do a whiff to Tommy and they're trying to punish me and I FRC it, then I hit them. Or if Wing Zero goes above me, he does Divine Blade FRC, and I'm trying to punish it, I get hit, right? So it's stuff that we need to worry about, but it's only those very specific frames and those very specific moves. Definitely harder to do FRCs. And again, I'm the kind of player who likes things that I have to be able to lab. So, like I said, there's always something I'm trying to input and get better at. Alright, and that's pretty much it for commentary here. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to kind of stretch a little bit. We got top 4 coming up in just a moment. So I'm going to be gone for just 5 minutes. Let's get my bearings straight, and then we're going to go ahead and commentate the rest of this. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, I'm back. I just need to go to the bathroom and stretch and things like that. I should do that every now and then. Been doing this for, what, 2 hours almost? So, let's see here. So, regarding the question here by Yomi Goldburst, these are actually from the Series Best Sound album, which is an official album. I think it came with the edits, which were from the Guilty Gear X soundtrack, or songs for the Dreamcast, because the Dreamcast songs had to loop. So they actually have looping versions of those edits that don't have some sort of ending. So I think these songs came with that same album for that one. But yeah, the Series Best Sound is what you want to look for. Chair went down. Okay, so let's get started here. Our next match, we're doing these a little bit out of order. So we're going to be doing first Mike Z versus Fifi, and see how this one goes, and then we'll do the next one after this. Oh, sorry, not Fifi, Sledge. So this is going to be losers semifinals. It's the top 4 match. Or not. Wow, I just went on there and looked at, like, okay, it's Potemkin versus Chip. Perfect, we'll do it this way. No, that's totally wrong. Why did I do that? I don't know, but let's go ahead and change all the names and on here. Everything on here. Hell, this ready. The break. No, they're going to switch it on me. Okay, so here we are. It's going to be CFG versus Tronzilla. Hopefully you guys are back. This was a really good match. I had a great time with this one, so let's see how we go from here. This one is winners final, so it will be 3 out of 5. So I start by just blocking round start. I don't have any meters, so I can't challenge him if he goes for bombs. Okay, go up for a run up and throw. Mess up my combo at start, but I go in for a throw trap. It's gonna hurt. I was waiting for a Superior Trance there. Try an anti-air, didn't work. Strike back tail, I blocked it. Nice use of force break to Tommy. Going in for, I think, a Tiger Knee Michael Blade, but I ended up beating it. Nice. Yeah, I couldn't combo, so I was trying to go for frame trap there, because I knew he was going to be able to tech. Nice use of Terminator Run into dodge move. Just trying to poke him, see if I can get some sort of counter hit. Not in a good position here. He's used to me trying to jump really far forward over him, but I just kind of decided to stop, because I knew he was going to go for his overhead 6P there. Puts me kind of close to him. I'm out of meters, so I can't do too much. I get underneath one of the bombs to get over there. Nice. Nice. And you cover that distance before it. No, very nice. Oh, good use of being able to beat that crossover. This is not a good position for me. Oh, I could have hit him from there. I thought I wasn't going to be able to combo, so I was actually teching out. Oh my god, this is so close. Oh, no. No. Okay, good Oren. That must have been a mess up or something, or like I thought he was going to be able to tech out and I messed it up. You know, one thing I noticed with Tronzilla, and Tronzilla, if you're listening, this will help you out. I think a lot of times when he's being comboed, he doesn't try to tech out of it. Either because he's scared of frame traps, or he just thinks that the other opponent's so good that they're not going to drop a combo. But sometimes you get in a position where you just can't combo somebody based off of what they've got, but you can do an extended combo because it turns black beat. So it's very important to tech out as soon, as often as you can, unless you explicitly see them going for a frame trap, or if you're fighting Axel. Good burst. Good burst. I have to faultless defend everything here. I ran out of faultless defense, so I was going for an Oren because I didn't have any other options. I could have done the dodge move, but I'm not sure about that at that point. So first point here goes to Tronzilla. Nice tatami mat, right at the perfect height and everything. Good point blocking that strike back tail. How's it going, chat? You guys haven't frozen yet, have you? Just haven't seen any talking there since I came back, so just want to make sure everything's okay. Good blocks there for his wrong direction bomb. I wasn't trying to get rid of that bomb, I was trying to see if he could land on the tatami mat. Good Baku. I've been using that seal a lot more. That was the green seal, the one where the next hit is going to be unblockable. I shouldn't have used it there. I should have used something else. I should have done the blue one. That made it so you can't jump. But, I've just been using it more just because I'm trying to get used to telling myself to use it. So, close. I couldn't have dodged that burst there. Nice. Nice. 1 point goes there. Okay, cool. Good to hear it, Syncaduce. Thank you. So, it looks like, when you're fighting Justice as Baiken, you can just get through the bombs by running through it with Terminator Run. But if you do the kick bomb, it's actually just above the height of Baiken's head. So the kick bomb's going over you, and you go through the first one, and then as soon as Terminator Run's done, you just let go, kick, and not explode. So it's not as easy to get through Justice as it may seem. Okay, not in a good position here, but I do have meters, so that's why he didn't go for a bomb setup. Because if he'd gone for a bomb setup, I would have hit him with a force break tatami, and he would have died. Bad tech there. Don't pull that shit on Baiken. I'm not gonna fall for it. Nice try. Nice try. Did you forget who we're fighting against? Yep. Baku. That was the only one that would have worked, too. Don't do that shit. Same with, like, Robo-Ky's explosion. On Baiken, I just get right out of it, Don't do that shit on Baiken. Oh, good throw tech. Didn't quite land on my tatami mat, so that's good on his part. The follow-up is not going to go through. Nice Oren, because that went one direction and I Oren the opposite, so I was hoping it would kind of mess him up there. It's too low for Zakuro to hit there. That was nice, though. Oh, I messed up the follow-up. That's a tough move to do. There you go. There you go. Are you proud of that one? Hope you're proud of that one, Quash. I did a Baku and then followed up with 6P. I've been looking a lot more of that stuff up though since you've said, you know, Baku follow up with 5H into Tatami Mat. That's kind of a good combo to do. Doesn't do a seal, but it does a full combo afterwards. Going for a throw break trap there too. Stuck in the corner. He's got full meter and I know it. Oh, that's... Oh! This wasn't high enough. If I did super jump, that would have worked. Would have thrown his burst. There we go. 2-0 CFG. Or sorry, 2-1. Against 3 out of 5 on this one. Good Sakura anti-air. I think I mentioned this earlier tonight. But Sakura anti-air, if you hit them with Sakura in the air, they actually wall sticks. So you can get some pretty good combos off that. Go for a 5D neutral. Miss the dust combo though. Feeling myself pretty hard here, but he can easily beat me. I am biking, so I gotta be really careful. And he's timing a lot of his moves there pretty well now. He's preventing me from doing stuff like Oren or Zakuro. Not in a good position to be. Oh, gets me with the counter combo. Oh, I lost it. Dropped that round. look at that! Hold on. I gotta pause this. Because how the fuck did I do this? Did you guys see this shit? What the hell was this? How do I go back on this thing? Because this is nuts. Okay. So I just gotta look at this again. He's going to do a cross up on me. And I block this shit. Look how I block this. What the fuck was I doing there? How did I do that? What the fuck was this? Look, this is insane. What? Okay, let's continue this. Resisting the urge to do Oren on these. As I've been saying I need to do. I think I just missed up the input there. I should have pressed the slash afterwards. Nice. Nice. I should have done a Tatami Mat. I was working on that after this tournament. On doing Tatami Mat follow-up after that. That's gonna kill. There we go. Nice. I'll explain what happened after this round, because it was kind of insane. I'll see if I can find it again. Whenever it's me watching, it's like I'm trying to watch intently. Trying to beat him. Oh no, and I've got no meter. It's not good. No. I had it and I lost it. Getting flashbacks from Evo fighting Mr. 2 again. So let me just update this real quick and then I'll go back to what I was showing you here. Because this was kind of just crazy. So, where was this? I think it was from here. So like 950, something like this. So we're getting to this point here. Okay, so you're gonna see this. He's going to jump over me and to do an attack. I'm gonna block the wrong direction intentionally because it's a cross up, but the block actually pushes me back slightly towards him, which makes it so that the second hit is gonna cross me up the other direction, and you're gonna see me block like back and forth because I noticed that that's happening. So you're gonna see that here. So I don't know if you saw me flash back and forth, but that's because I had to for the second hit that was going on. So if I go back just a couple of seconds, you get to see it again here. I didn't know I was even thinking that at the time. So, yeah. Crazy. No, so Justice's counter does not work on Tatami. That's why you saw me do that force break. Because I did it late. I wasn't thinking fast enough. But he does the counter. If I see him do the counter, do a force break, and I hit him with the triple Tatami. But I was just thinking too late. That would have killed him. I was so close to winning that round. But let's get to the next round here. Okay, so it's now 2-2. Or wins this goes to grand finals. That was not a counter hit. Now, I've noticed at this point, I think, that he has been... Like, I try and bait whether I'm going to go high or low with a lot of my mix-ups. If I go high, and he picks high, I can get punished. But if I go low and he blocks low, I do not get punished. So, I kind of want to make him assume I'm going to go low more often. And I was going low a lot, and he kept blocking low. And I could, you know, jump cancel into high at any point with my Tiger Knee Tatami. So I might be going for that some more. Nice Oren. Not quite gonna kill. Again, there is a combo extension I learned after this tournament. Oof. Oof. No! No, don't lose it! Oh, good burst. Ah. So there's a combo extension I learned after this tournament. I was actually doing it at Evo. So I will be a little bit more successful now. Every week, trying to get better at something. So that's what I'm going to get better at. So the weird trick with this, when you're fighting Justice, one weird trick is, you know, I need 25% meter at all times when fighting Justice. At all times. Because if I get knocked away and I don't have enough meter to do a force break to Tommy, then I will end up getting locked down on the side with no way for me to recover. So, when I'm trying to get over those bombs, I'm not faultless defending because that will get rid of my 25% meter, which is fine. I can take that chip damage, but then if Justice is there, Justice can do like an overhead or some other attack, and I'll get hit by it because I'm not faultless defending. So I really need to watch when I am and I'm not faultless defending in that match. By the way, Tronzilla just won, so good job, Tronzilla. Very, 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 very close match. Getting flashbacks from me versus Mr. 2 again. But we'll save that for later. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and update these brackets. Tronzilla wins 3-2 against CFG. Next match is going to be Mike Z versus Sledge. Let me update a few things on here. Okay, next match here is going to be Mike Z versus Sledge. This is the top 4 match. So winner of this goes to losers finals to fight against me. This is just 2 out of 3. But don't pick under construction. Be a good Mike Z. Pick your cliff stage or something. Okay. Sokka Stage is fine. That's a good song. So Chip is a pretty good matchup against Potemkin because Chip can just teleport, which, I mean, you can teleport against a lot of characters, but against Potemkin it's really good, being super fast like that. However, Chip has one huge downfall, and that's that he is really low health. So look at this Pot Buster. Look at all that damage from one Pot Buster. So Chip has to be super careful about everything. Nice Beta Blade. He's got a lot of tools, but just one mistake and he's lost. Good jump out from Mike Z. Good backdash from Sledge there. This is probably gonna kill. Oh, he didn't get a follow-up. I thought he was gonna follow up after that. But first point there goes to Mike Z. Oh, good anti-air. This is gonna hurt. Man, look at that damage. I almost feel bad for Chip. Crossed him up in the corner. Man, it's so dirty. Using more meter for Roman cancels. Stuck in the corner. Good blocks by Sledge. Nice use of Beta Blade to get around the Pot Buster. Oh, bad Beta Blade there. Just slide heads him during his Find Me startup. This is going to be death for Sledge. The first point here goes to Mike Z. No, so yeah, Mike Z has been doing that a lot more. You know, it obviously makes sense where you want them to wake up next to you, so you don't do heat extend. I think he's been either really confident that it's not going to be a big deal, or maybe just against Chip, like Chip has really good options of getting out, where he might as well just go for the extra damage while he has it, instead of going up for another mix-up. Oh, too close for Gigantor to work there. Nice. I love that mix up there, that like fist cancel into Pot Buster. So lame. It's awesome. I love it. Oh, clashes in the first hit, but still ends up getting hit with a super. Next round here goes to Sledge. Good jobs here with Sledge. Oh wow! Went through the. That's right, because that unblockable move that Chip has now is also Strike Invul. Stuck in the corner. That's not too big of a deal for Chip, I don't think. Is this going to dizzy him? Not quite dizzy. Good use of dead angle there. That was pretty risky because that move, was it Judge Gauntlet? That move auto-corrects your attack, so very risky there. Oh no! He blocked one hit but didn't block the other. Oh, that's rough. So next point here goes to Sledge, it's now 1-1. Oh yeah, there is a trailer for Indivisible, so go ahead and check that out. I think it's coming out in October. So very cool. That is gonna hurt pretty badly. Look at all that damage. Oh, and this is gonna be it. No, not with heat extend. Oh, it's gonna dizzy though. Managed to break out of dizzy, but still gets hit. It's the last point here for Mike Z if he can win this round. Okay, Sledge jumps over the slide head. Seems like he's pretty familiar with how to deal with that, so that's good. Sledge's Chip's jump H. Ooh! Jump H does 2 hits, so he's pretty good at beating Hammerfall. Chip does have full meter here. If he can hit with one of his kick supers, this will kill. Hey, thanks for the host, Juno. Appreciate it. Did not jump. Very good. Alright, and that's a round here for Sledge. Last round, whoever wins this goes to Losers Finals. Alright, Beta Blade. Ooh. Not a good position to be. You really gotta watch out for when he's going to Pop Buster in the middle of those block strings. So this super, it doesn't do that much damage, but the way Guts works in this game is you actually take less health and do less health to your opponent when they have lower amount of health, but you have a minimum of 1 hit, or 1 damage. So it actually does a lot more damage at the end of somebody's health bar. So it's anyone's game here, they both have 50% meter. Messed up Alpha Blade. Oh, that's gonna kill! Oh! Oh, good super. And Sledge takes it 2-1. Let's take a look at these brackets here. Let's update this. Next match is going to be Classic Fighting Gamer versus Sledge. So I might as well update this here. Just give me a moment. Yeah, regarding lethal supers, Chip's hardly the only one. Faust's super where he swims underneath on the ground, and he does the you do the angel guess. If you jump over that, you can also instant kill him with certain characters like Axel and Biken. So that's something to work over. But however, you can FRC that when you're in there, so it's a pretty interesting FRC point. No, instant block actually does not reduce chip damage. It reduces chip stun, and it builds more meter, but it does not reduce the damage. So it will always be 1 damage per chip hit, or chip block hit. So here we go. So I had fought Sledge before in this tournament, and I beat him, I think, 2-0. The trick is figuring out what he's going to do with those teleports. Usually Chips like to... Nice. Very nice. Oh, wasn't able to get a follow-up there. I'm not sure if I can with Chip or not. I don't think I practiced it specifically with Chip. Chip's teleports, their favorite teleport is to be above and behind you. So if you know that, then you're set. And they know that you know that. Oh, I bet the screen went off at that point. And they know that, so they like to teleport above and behind you and then cross you up by going in front of you. So they like to do that a lot. Yeah, exactly, Kraken. It's you have an FRC window when you're whiffing that. But if you don't have the FRC amount, you can be instant killed through it. Oh, didn't block the overhead follow-up there. Ooh. First point there goes to Sledge. This is 3 out of 5 for loser side. There we go. Got Terminator run into throw. Nice use of... Oh, I missed the follow-up. But nice Yoshijin there. Nice FRC on the Sakura. I wasn't sure if it was going to hit, so I wanted to make sure it was safe. Doing much better this round than I did last round. Oh, not a good Zakuro. Oh, I messed that up. I didn't think that that was going to counter hit in the air. Because a very different thing counter hit in the air. Oh, ooh, 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 that's a deadly combo if I could have gotten that right. That would have done so much damage. It's such a dirty combo. Nice. Doing a good job here so far. Alright, and that next round point goes to Chip and Sledge. Nice, nice. I get the follow-up here because I got the meter. I do a ton of damage with that. Didn't follow up with the Zakuro. It's a hard input to do. Oh no! That Orin put me in the corner, exactly where I don't want to be. Interesting dead angle there. Ooh, it's not gonna be good. That's gonna be death right there. Ooh, mess with the Zakuro again. There we go. That got a kill at least. So 1 point here for CFG. Now 1-1. One of my least favorite stages here. The effects make, like, kind of camouflage certain things that are going on. This one and the Slash version of Kai's stage. Nice FRC. Yeah. I was thinking to myself, no, don't go for a 2K, he's gonna Beta Blade right there. And there you go, you Beta Bladed. Nice, nice. Oh, dirty. Oh. Saw it coming. There we go. Just keep blocking until you see a good position. I'm pretty good at blocking. I've fought Slash Gordon a lot, and I always lose blocking against him, but when you have to deal with a dirty Eno, it's hard to... You can get pretty good at blocking. So again, that invisibility, even if he blocks a hit, he'll lose that invisibility. He would have gotten hit if I did Yozansen. I just thought he's above that, but I don't think he was. And he might not be too familiar with the Baiken matchup, so I should have Yozansen a bit more. Now 1-1, anyone's game at this point. Chip has the advantage. Wasn't able to do any sort of follow-up there without meter. Oh, nice series of setups there. He blocks the California Dust. This is a good match. Look at that. See, I was thinking it would be a gold burst because that's what would have happened back in Accent Core, like I'd said. Then would have gotten a full meter for that. Oh no! Oh! I'm being wary because he could super at this point anytime. Ooh, nice. Okay, I got a point there. Again, losers is 3 out of 5. The only stages that are banned are the ones that crash. So that would be Order Souls stages and ABBA stages. We also banned Bossino's stage just because there's no landmarks in that stage. Good blocks. I'm not sure. I wasn't watching there for which dust combo you're talking about. Ooh. I did the follow-up. Sometimes I do the follow-up when I don't want to, just because I'm trying to press a different button, and it's like I'm trying to do something afterwards. So that's why H is a good option for a combo afterwards, because you can do Baku counter hit into 5H, and that will connect, and then you can do Tatami Mat after 5H. So now 2-2. Ooh. See, I'm trying to hit him out of that because I'm used to Accent Core chip. There we go. I saw he wasn't ever going high. I was attacking low, so he might not be used to me doing Yozansen and when I can do Yozansens. Man, I'm just spot on those cross-ups. Not a good position to be. Yeah. Nice Roman cancel there to kill me. Last point here for Sledge. If he wins this next round, he wins. Good Sakura. Nice block on that clash. Okay, hit him with an Oren. I didn't have any meters, so I went for that combo because I wasn't quite sure if I'd be able to follow up after he hit the wall. He gets a good, strong combo against me. Some good blocks. Oh no, that's gonna be it. That's got me. Good job, Sledge. Sledge advances off onto Grand Finals. You just update the bracket here. So Sledge wins 3, CFG wins 2. Another bitter loss. Lost to Sledge and lost to Tron, both with 3-2. But we're going on to Grand Finals here, so give me a moment to set things up. Okay, so we're going to start here with Tron and Sledge, but let me just catch up on chat here real fast. Chip landed a dust, but he didn't follow it up with a combo afterwards. You know, he might not have been assuming that the dust would have hit. Sometimes you do moves and you're not ready and prepared for it to connect. So maybe he just didn't have enough confidence in the dust. Just something, you know, it takes a lot of practice to be able to actually follow up with a move when you're just throwing it out there and it actually connects for you to do a combo on. So, could have just been a mistake. Maybe he pressed a button too early or something like that. Okay, so this is Grand Finals. Tronzilla's from winner's side, Sledge is from losers. Let me update the name on here to show who's from losers. So, it's 3 out of 5. If Tron wins the first 3 out of 5, he wins. Sledge, if he wins the first 3 out of 5, they reset and he has to win another. Okay, Tron's in a good position here. Chip seems pretty good against Justice. I think they fought already or something, because I feel like I remember this match. Good blocks on Tronzilla's side. Nice, oh. Good Good block on that. Like I said, that is a non-connecting, like it doesn't combo, so you can block that overhead. It's designed as a reset or as like a block string mix-up. To follow up on the Alpha Blade and goes through. First round here goes to Sledge. Yeah, hit by the bomb there. Not a good position for Chip, but again, he could just teleport from a bomb, so he's not too worried about that. Seems like it'd be a pretty rough matchup for Justice. It's too far away for that to hit. Good block on the 5D. Nice hit with that, what's that, jump H? Or is it jump S? It's a really good cross-up move. Ooh. Sledge takes the first round there. Starts with the Tiger Knee, Michael Sword. Like I said, if you do a Michael Sword in the air, when you land, you're going to have recovery frames. But if you cancel that landing with a different move, you won't have recovery frames because you'll be canceling, you'll land cancel that move. So you saw there he did a jump attack in the air. Prevent that. Good strike back tail. SBT is a really strong move from Justice. It's like one of those horizontal Dragon Punch moves, like Fujin for Anji. Wasn't able to follow up with that jump attack. Was it jump S or jump H? Nice air superior trance. 1 point here goes to Tronzilla. Okay, he's going to set up some bombs here, but it's not going to be too good against Chip. There you go, he teleported right in the corner. I was able to assume he was going to do that teleport, so good job on him. Missed. Ooh, bad burst there, but wasn't punished too hard by Sledge. Good knockback, but again, he's just going to... Oh, nice! Oh, I love those kind of setups. Ah, so what he did was he did a superior trance where he knew the distance was going to be too short. But he knew the opponent was going to be blocking because the opponent doesn't know the distance. So he stopped right in front of the opponent and threw him. I love those kind of setups. That's something you see Dr. Stormlock do a lot. Where he'll do a move and it'll look like it's supposed to hit you and it's going to stop right in front of you and then throw you. Ah, I love that stuff. Good block on that overhead. Tronzilla keeping the advantage here. Gets stuck in the corner. Gets flipped around. Good guess. That's what you ought to do against Chip. You gotta assume he's gonna teleport up above you and kind of attack him for that. So, second point here goes to Tron. Is now gonna be tournament point. If he wins this next game, he'll win the whole tournament. Good use of Michael's sword there in the air. Trying to keep that distance going on. Sledge didn't do the follow-up because you're kind of assuming Tronzilla knew about that at this point. Ooh, nice! He did it again. Superior Trance into throw. Oh, didn't quite kill. There you go. One more round and Tron wins the tournament here. Nice throw there. Good cross-ups there with his teleports. Good job on Tron. Jumping up and then attacking right when he teleports is going to be a good job there. Ooh, this might kill. Oh, not quite. That's got a kill there. Alright. Sledge takes a round. See what he can do with it. Tronzilla still just needs to win this round and he wins the tournament. Couldn't quite follow up with the jump attack there. Push him away a little bit further. It's in a good position here. Nice FRC on the bomb in order to progress forward. That's one thing you'll see Justice do a lot. They'll FRC a bomb so they can walk forward, because Justice cannot dash forward. Alright. Good job, Tronzilla. He takes the round and the game and the tournament. Update the brackets here. So one final update. Not 23. What am I doing? 3. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so let's take a look at the brackets here. So according to the brackets, Tronzilla won against Sledge 3-1. Which means I can go ahead and finalize this. So for full results, we have Tronzilla taking first place, Sledge taking second, ClassicFightingGamer taking third, Mike Z with fourth. Tied for fifth is Fifi and Midiman. Tied for seventh is Weatherbee and Diar. And eighth place is Red Witch. Oh, you're not seeing the brackets here. What are you doing? There you go. So here we go. We got this full scale here thing right here. Tronzilla first, Sledge second, ClassicFightingGamer third, Mike Z fourth, Fifi and Midiman fifth, Weatherbee and Diar seventh, and Red Witch taking eighth. So before I go here tonight, let's see here. If you need a link to my YouTube channel, at any point when you're doing this, you can do !YouTube. If you want to get into our Discord server for Guilty Gear +R, this isn't just SoCal. This is for all of +R across the United States and even other countries too. You know, we get together and we meet for like locals, for online stuff. We help players learn new things about the game. We work on editing the wiki. We just shoot the shit. +R players are great. It's a very active Discord. You get a lot of people going into it, and the game's growing. So definitely a cool game worth getting into, especially if you know you want to get into it more just to kind of learn some harder mechanics that might come up in Guilty Gear 1 or Guilty Gear 4. You know, the Guilty Gear that's coming out in 2020. So something to consider for that too. I will be doing some Evo stuff coming up. I didn't have any of that prepared yet because I've been doing tons of uploads and rendering and editing and stuff like that so far. But we are going to be doing a commentary like this every Tuesday. The Tuesday will be the Evo catch-up, and then the Thursday will be my local stream catch-up because I'm still doing local tournaments. So I've got one more local tournament to do before, like that happened before Evo. I'm going to do that next week on Thursday. And then every Tuesday we're going to be doing Evo catch-up stuff. So if you want to show up on Tuesday, this Tuesday we're going to be doing Dr. Stormlock's Kumite. So that one's a really good one. A lot of great matches. Dr. Stormlock is a very unique kind of Robo-Ky player. Very cool to watch. Kumites are a very good opportunity for players if they're looking for a character to learn how to play that character. Like you want to learn how to play Robo-Ky, watch Dr. Stormlock fight 12 different people in a row with all different types of characters. So much good information from stuff like that. So it's a very good tool for us to work on. So we're going to do that on Tuesday. I'm going to continue with our last B-sides before Evo next Thursday. And if you want to chill, I do RPGs every Sunday, so you can see all that too. I'll make sure I talk about all this stuff on Twitter, so you can keep track of everything there. But go ahead and check out my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and check out my Twitch channel. I do streams every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, so you can see all that there. And we'll go ahead and see you guys later. Go ahead and join the Discord. I'll talk to you guys right there right after this. So have a good night, guys.